And welcome back to Talking Franchise with your host with the most, Angel Bonilla, and
Johnny Wong. And don't you mean the host with the moist?
Moist.
The moist.
I love that word. Some people are disgusted by it, but I totally dig it.
Yeah, I totally dig moist pussy.
Yeah, I do. Wait, all right. So we're back talking about Fast and the Furious
6.
Part 6.
It's not part. It's just Fast and Furious 6, man.
Well, Fast and the Furious 6.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's pretty crazy though that
this is technically the 5th part, so I don't know why they call it 6.
It's pretty crazy that these this deep into the franchise, it's getting better and better and better. They started off shitty, but and not too many franchises get to a part 6. But this film delivers. It's good. It's a fun film. Okay, they bring.
They called it automobile amnesia.
I still feel like the story is still dumber than ever, but they upped the action from the 5th one, and they really went over the top this time. This is the part in the franchise where they may have jumped the shark a little bit, and I'm talking about Vin Diesel flying out of his car on a fucking highway, jumping across.
Oh my god! I criticize that scene all the fucking time.
But see, in the theater, I remember seeing that. Everyone started clapping and was cheering when he caught her. You were in the moment, and it's like the movie's just dumb, cheesy fun anyway. So I was
watching the movie.
I don't have a problem.
What the fuck?
I think that's what I like to go to these movies to laugh at. I
was different.
The ludicrousness of it all.
They have ludicrous in it, you know what I mean?
But it's just, oh man.
What was I gonna say? Oh. I remember one time I asked this guy, I was like, I think it was the time Days of Future Past was out. With Days of Future Past and Fast and Furious, one of the Fast and the Furious movies were out nearly at the same time. Yeah, and I was like, I'm going to go watch X-Men Days of Future Past. And the guy's like, oh, you're going to go watch that movie? So fake. I hate movies that are fake. And I'm like, all right, so what are you going to go watch this weekend? He's like, oh, I'm going to go watch Fast and the Furious. I was like, what? Are you fucking serious? You know how bullshit?
They got
bullshit in that movie. Like, anybody that would say that is complete fiction. That's complete science fiction. I'm going to even put it in the realm of science fiction. These motherfuckers.
I'm hoping they eventually take the franchise to space. It's
going
to happen. It's still on my way. Again, Universal owns Fast and Furious. They also own Jurassic Park. The crew is going to steal from InGen, and we're going to see Vin Diesel ride a fucking T-Rex. Make it happen, Universal.
Universal. Oh, man. So, how does this movie start? I don't remember. Oh, yeah. Now I can remember vaguely that they're racing. They're going to see Brian O'Connor at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
They're going to go see Connor. They reunite the family. Being delivered. Yeah, the baby's being delivered, born again, and these guys are out on the run, right?
Yeah, they're all on the run. They're
and The Rock is able to find them.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem whatsoever.
And he asked Dom. He needs
to join the team.
Favor from him. He's like, you help me. You get full immunity. You can go. You'll be pardoned. And he's like, I'm only gonna help if you bring my team along.
I need your team. And that's when he tells him, oh yeah, I need your team.
Come to find out too that Vin Diesel has been fucking the girl that was part of The Rock's crew in the last movie.
Oh yeah. I forget her name. But so and let me fact check this shit. Hold on.
Yeah. He's sleeping with her, and then The Rock reveals, he's like, you're gonna want to be in on this. And he reveals what they revealed at the end of Fast and the Furious 5. That Michelle Rodriguez
Letty is still alive.
She's still alive. I don't know if I said this in the last time in our podcast. I said, I don't think this was planned all along. Michelle Rodriguez had no idea that her character was still alive. She had to watch part 5, and then at the end she was like, oh, I'm alive? Like,
cool.
The way that they had killed her off in the 4th one, it was just like, okay, she's done.
She was signed
but they somehow found a way. They were like, this was going to bring the drama. I'm going to be honest with you. The whole Letty subplot in this movie...
unnecessary.
Is kind of like it drags the movie down a little bit over the fun. Like, and then, like I didn't care for the story all that much. I just wanted the action, just fast paced. Let's get it. The 5th one was so fun, and I just wanted that to continue. And while the scenes are great, the Letty does nothing for me. Like those are the boring parts of this movie. She drags it out.
I want to say, I know you know what. If Braga didn't show up in this one, the most memorable villain I would say is the Shaws, both brothers.
Yeah,
the Shaw brothers. That they bring a new element of. We're not even gonna get to part 8 yet, but you'll see it in the future episodes. But Elena, that's the girl that Vin Diesel's with now. They're both torn over their ex-lovers, so they change. They share stories between each other. They share their stories.
And she's like, "Go! I understand. You need to go for it. That's your love of your life." Fuck me. Leave me here.
Go. Hindsight, now that you see what happens in part 8, you're like, he's a dirty dog. What? So that's fucked up.
So the time all of this from like 4 through 8 is all taking place within 1 year. They're traveling all across the world, and they're doing all this. I call bullshit.
Bullshit. Still able to travel around, and like the police in this movie, they always what they up the ante on in each movie is how dumb the police are, how inept they are, and how they can't even like. They have a scene where they're putting a wire on one of their undercover agents outside in the plain view where everybody can see. They're putting on a fucking wire in front of. They're like horrible. I don't know.
I was gonna say that this movie starts to really show its cartoonishness, like. This is the one. The Rocket, to open the movie, doesn't he go into interrogate somebody and he throws him up the fucking ceiling?
The rock Jesus, is super exaggerated.
Yeah, I know he was strong in the last. He was strong in the last one because he ran through that window like the fucking Terminator, jumping on the roof. But this one, goddamn, one-handed, just fucking threw him.
And that guy was pretty big too. On top of that,
It's funny, but I kind of don't like how they geared towards it, especially in the later movies now. It is way over the top. The Rock is way over the top. He's no longer human. He's fucking cyborg.
I told you, this is science fiction.
Maybe he's really a Terminator who's been sent back in time.
I know. They're like...
To save baby
They're
Brian.
All mutants. That's the explanation to everything. Dom has the ability to affect probability in his favor, so he never dies. Anything that's about to kill him.
They're really superheroes at this point.
Yeah.
Now,
Letty's indestructible.
Pretty much everyone comes back in this one, except for the 2 Spanish brothers.
Yeah, they don't come up, right?
I didn't like that we didn't get the payoff.
Because they were the comedic relief. I guess they wanted to lean more towards Tyrese being the...
I felt Tyrese was a little forced in this one. Yeah. There's some parts that were funny, but they do kind of force the comedy a little bit in this one, especially when they're trying to force that snobby white guy to fucking lose his clothes.
That's a funny part.
Oh, because he was a little bit rude. They're like, yeah, we're taking your clothes.
We're gonna
sodomize you right here. Goddamn, guy.
Did they sodomize him? They did not show it off-screen sodomy. Tyrese, remember with the vending machine?
Yeah.
Why do they have vending machines in a secret underground, hideout? I don't know.
The back and forth banter.
Exactly. That's for that. Just to have comedy in the movie. They actually had a soda and a vending machine with snacks, and then The Rock shoots it, and the Tyrese is like...
But yeah, so The Rock let them go in the 5th movie, and he's like, I'm going to get you guys next time. But he said, nah, fuck all that shit, because there's a big bad guy, and the only way to take him down is with the super team of cars. But this guy also has super fast cars.
Oh, an FBI agent, ex-LAPD, right?
Yeah.
And
so when he's revealing that,
ex-con.
Letty's still alive, it turns out Letty is working for the bad guys.
Oh, that's a...
But maybe, just maybe, she's betrayed family to save family.
Not this one. She has no fucking recollection of who she was.
Yep, she
amnesia.
has.
That's why they say they should have called it
totally has soap opera
amnesia.
There's some bullshit.
Yeah, there's some soap opera shit right there.
Yeah, I was just like, it's too corny. But the set pieces, you can't say enough. Like, they take on a motherfucking tank.
Yeah.
The opening sequence, when they're trying to take down Shaw's team, another big piece. That's great action, and then the runway, the never-ending runway. Again, it's funny that when we watch these videos, they make fun of the series and they say, "Oh, there's plot holes." When you're watching it, though, your brain's turned off. You're not really thinking about that, and I didn't really think about that when I seen when they're the big action scene at the ending when they're all fighting on the plane. I didn't think about, oh man, this runway is really long. I'm just watching the action. But in hindsight, like God damn it!
If you watch it again, if you watch the movie again, of course, because the first time you're absorbing the movie, you're just watching. You're along there for the ride.
It's a popcorn film,
You're along for the ride. But the over the topness, I never shy away from. Like whenever I see the over the top shit, I'm like. They did not just do that. They just did not. Oh my god. They go to new heights with the stunts. Right? This is the one with the tank. He dies. There's no chance of survival. He dies.
They gotta fight the tank.
He overshoots his goal. She flies right through his arm.
Why would he just? He jumps out of a car. That's pretty good precision. Like he's like, doesn't he say like, oh, I told you I'd catch you, or something? I told you I'd save you. And it's just everyone. God. And they hit a car too. He catches her, but he also gets hit by a car, and he's just fine. He's like, yeah, gosh, like Jesus.
Yeah, he doesn't have no damage, no internal bleeding or whatsoever. So they don't think this through, and they know that the fan base is also not, like you said, that the audience they were cheering. They're like, ah!
And funny, you get great girl-on-girl action. Gina Carano versus Michelle Rodriguez in the subway.
When they fall down the stairs, dead. How many times have I seen TV shows or fucking movies where people get thrown down the stairs and they die. They fucking die. These people fall down the concrete stairs in a subway. Pretty long stairs at that. Not a scratch.
No. That is a good action sequence, though. And you got comic relief. You have Tyrese and Han getting their ass kicked by that guy.
You would think Han knows, some sort of martial art. But nah. He just spends his time eating too much candy.
You know what I just noticed, though? All right, so we're, probably like 15 minutes into talking right now, and we haven't mentioned Paul Walker yet.
Yeah.
That's how underutilized he is in this movie. He does not have a big role. Did you stop it? What'd you do?
It stopped. Wait, no, it didn't stop. Hold up. No, it went. I was bugging up. All right, we're experiencing technical difficulties.
All the time, Angel. All the fucking time when I'm midway through a sentence. God damn it. Right. Yeah, so, Paul Walker. We haven't even mentioned him in this movie yet.
Yeah, we did at the beginning.
At the beginning. But again, he doesn't get any memorable moments in this movie. I feel
I'm trying to remember something. He goes to Braga and
but this one he's really in the background. I say, and they force it. His whole subplot when they send him back to America
no need, right?
to infiltrate the prison and go get word from Braga, who's the villain from the fourth one, the worst movie, by the way, one of the worst ones in the franchise. Yeah. It is the worst one, but he needs to go back, so they're bringing back original characters from that too. But it was not necessary, and this movie was only taking place over like a period, like maybe 4 days. He went back to America and then back again when he comes back. And all like, he's not making it in that
all within that time frame, right? Yeah. How does he make that? And like they said,
but I just felt like they gave Paul Walker something to do. Like, we need to up the action, but like it's not meaningful at all. Like, if you take that subplot out of the movie is just fine.
You're right. He's not in this that much. Now that I'm recalling the movie, he's with them when they're all together. But
he's not as much because Mia is Mia's barely in this movie because she's giving birth to the kid, and now they want to. Yeah, she's already giving birth, right? Yeah,
she already gave birth.
She's giving birth, and now she's like in a protective.
Oh, no, she's giving birth. You're right.
Isn't she like in protective custody, or she's off? She's not in this trip. They
do protect it. Remember? Is it? Oh no, that's the 7th.
Yeah, maybe the 7th one, but she's just off. She's sitting.
7 is the one that's protected.
She's sitting this one out, but yeah, I just feel like I don't know. They kind of
underutilized Brian O'Connor, but that, like you said, the whole subplot is irrelevant to the movie because you can have The Rock. The Rock is, after all, he's an agent. He works with the police agency, and how come he can't just go and send somebody?
Yeah, it is small.
They could have brought Braga to them and then just beat the snot out of him and then threw him into the river.
It is small nitpicking, but and there are some. This movie is there's some flawed parts to it. Like I said, it's not as good as the 5th one, but it's still very enjoyable. Just for the over the top action, it's a 7.5 for me out of 10.
7. I would say I'm gonna go and give it a 6. Fast and the Furious 6.
It's better than a 6.
Nah, I'll give it a 6.9.
So it's 7.
Not even a 7.
You're giving it a 7.
Nah, I'm not even gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna say 6. I'll give it a 7. Solid 7. It's all right. The movie's not that bad.
The Rock electrifies. He gives a guy a rock bottom.
He does. You remember that? That's the one with the fight scene when he goes and fucking Vin Diesel headbutts somebody.
They totally use the fucking they use the Legion.
He just lunges himself.
They use the Legion of Doom tag team move. The Rock has a guy on his shoulders, and Vin Diesel just jumps off the turnbuckle, fucking clotheslines that motherfucker.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my god,
that fight scene was crazy. It was crazy. That fight scene. They tag teamed that guy and took him out.
R.I.P. Giselle.
Yeah, Giselle dies.
Yeah.
Was it pretty? That part that was like. It was pretty
I feel
good.
like that's it's kind of like a fuck you to her character because it happened so quick.
Yeah,
and they don't even.
She died at the end.
They don't even go back to get her body. It's just she fucking flies. Well, yeah, when all the everyone's in the car and they're all on this 6-mile runway chasing this plane and they're trying to shoot it down with the harpoon guns and all that shit. She just fucking flies and she's dead. And Han's like, no. And then he's got.
How come she didn't survive? Right?
I know, out of all the people,
with all the bullshit that happens in this fucking movie,
I thought she was
some bullshit could have happened.
An Amazon guy. This is a prequel to Wonder Woman. Maybe she faked her death. This is really a. This is what
great of like they got Donovan and Tego Calderon. This come out of nowhere.
I'm gonna say
catch her.
Yeah, I really think she's really Wonder Woman in this.
And she didn't die.
She went into hiding after a while. She wasn't representing after a while.
Oh man. But they kill her off because they wanted to finally, I guess have stakes, like real shit happen. I mean, because they brought Letty back. Letty died supposedly.
Yeah, well, I always thought Giselle was kind of like a throwaway character.
Yeah, they could have killed her.
Well, again, she's from the worst one, the 4th one. You don't really care about her in the 4th one either. The 5th one, she's there for Han's love interest.
Yeah, they kill Han.
I mean, and I think that's one of the other reasons why they did kill her because. If they had Han and her together, they had like a plot hole where Han's in Tokyo with Giselle. So because we already knew that he was going to die, they kind of had to take her out of the picture and explain, why wouldn't she have been with Han? So
exactly.
They kind of had to
fix that little hole that they had. But I want to see them actually have the balls and actually kill Dominic Toretto in one of these fucking movies. Because in that explosion, of the plane.
Oh yeah,
He dies.
He dies.
He dies.
That is.
There's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from that.
They showed a lot in the Fast and Furious 6 trailer too. Like they showed that whole thing, car coming out of the airplane. In the future movies, again, everyone's already sold. Everyone's already going to go see the movies. They don't need to keep showing all the action parts.
Go over the top with it. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Spoiling it. But
they have to push the envelope though. They have to keep on creating something that's going to wow the audience. Is going to fucking. It's like, oh my god!
Well, it's kind of hard to top these stunts.
And how's anybody at a theater? I'm sorry to interrupt you. How's anybody in theater gonna go into this when in the scenes where it looks like Dominic Toretto's dead, and they're gonna oh, he's gonna come back.
Oh yeah, no, I told you.
That's why I say can't wait.
At this point, they're unbeatable. Oh, I think, and there's rumors that it's in Vin Diesel's contract that he can't lose a fight in the movie. It's in everyone's contract that they can't lose. They don't get beat. It wasn't. No, it's the next movie where Ludacris learns kung fu and can fight too now. But it's just like
it would have came in handy when Tyrese.
They all fucking They all. Are unstoppable now, but this is right here is venturing off
into science fiction. You're right. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a crossover with Chris Pratt coming in on a fucking Velociraptor and fucking.
Yes, that would be great. The Rock just fucking gives a rock bottom to a raptor. Oh my god, he's broken in half.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome. They should start crossing over movies like. It's not the first movie they would cross over, but definitely they have to.
And I was going to say, back to one of the points you made earlier, I'd say out of all the villains in all these movies, I would say up until this, the sixth one shows probably the best.
Yeah,
they've upped the ante.
Yeah, they upped the villains. His whole team was pretty cool.
I mean, they
had it was funny because they had each of their to reflect each member of the Dominic Toretto's team. No, it was like a doppelganger for each of the Toretto's. Yeah. So they had their own Asian. They had their own, their own girl.
I'll never forget the audience in the theater gasping that Gina Carano was really a villain. She's really working for Shaw towards the end too.
Worse. That was a stupid villain turn because I was like, even though it was like everybody else. Me, I was like. It made no difference. It wasn't really if they had somebody else. What the fuck?
I kind of wish they would have had the ball.
A man like Giselle that turned around and said,
"I would have wished they just had the balls to keep Letty bad. Be like, fuck you."
Yeah, keep her bad, or just have one of the other characters.
She shoots at Vin Diesel early in the movie. He don't.
Because she doesn't remember.
Still loves her.
With the power of love, he makes her remember. With telling her all, where her scars came from.
What her favorite sex positions are.
Yeah. They should have just pulled down his pants and you remember this?
But
does it bring back any memories?
All right, so I'll ask you this better, because again, this is such an over-the-top sequence, but better sequence. The last act of 5 or the last act of 6? In the fifth
with the
one,
fucking tank, with the fucking safe,
the safe, or this on the runway, and then him driving a car out of an exploding aircraft.
I like the 5th one better than this one right here because it was and the 5th one they didn't have that little mini cliffhanger to know that suspense of is he alive or did he die? Because that's just bullshit. It was that he's not gonna die, so you don't.
No, but they still had that bullshit. They still had that Ocean's 11 little swerve, we changed the saves in 10 seconds.
The save, yeah. That's I didn't expect that twist. You know what I mean?
And like I said, I think the 5th one is the best in the series, but I actually like this sequence, the final sequence with the plane, even though it's never ending.
It's never
that plane should have taken off, and the world was going to get bombed. Wasn't that's what they were trying to do? Yeah. What was the secret weapon that they had? Again, these movies aren't even really memorable for the plot. They're just taking on bad guys, but I forgot what like the overall arc of what what Shaw was trying to do. It was a chip, wasn't it? It was a microchip that could
another microchip
do something. I remember that. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah. Overall, good action movie. Gets your testosterone going. Yeah. Doesn't make me want to go out. Didn't make me want to go out and drive fast like I did after seeing the fifth one. There's no racing in this movie. This is where it officially. And they said we're espionage spies. We're James Bond now. We're Jason Bourne.
Well, they raced at the beginning.
Yeah, no, in like a little montage opening credits, we don't really see the shit.
And they even go back in time and show like a montage of
everything up until that point, because they brought the whole cast together like that.
Oh no, he's got high-tech devices that he's stole that he's gonna sell on the black market. He's not trying to do anything with it. He's just trying to make money off it, but he's going to sell it to somebody that's going to fucking bomb the shit out of somebody. So these, high-tech we're building the black market, hijacked military convoy. So he hijacked the military convoy. So it's just, Shaw just doing, and how do they become, because then they make the Shaw, that's not even going to, that's part 8.
Yeah, take your time. There's time.
Oh my god!
But the stinger at the ending though.
Hey, wait. Do you remember the mid-credit scene?
That's what I'm saying. Here's the stinger. This got everyone in the crowd cheering, and so was I. I was definitely excited for it. Like I said, this was an enjoyable movie, and then to make it come full circle, Han's dead. They are showing Tokyo, but it turns out. The fucking transporter. The fucking Chev Chelios. Kills Han and blew him up.
And what does he say? He said, "You don't know me, but you're about to."
You're about to. Yes, motherfuckers. And yeah, he kills Han because he turns out, he's like, this is whatever. He's the brother of Shaw, who they just fucking... Well, we thought he was dead, because he was in that... Alright, so how does Shaw survive that airplane exploding, but Giselle just flies away and breaks all her bones? Oh my god.
But she saved I'm
calling bullshit that Shaw survived that.
Yeah, but why couldn't she just shoot him? She didn't have to jump and shoot him. No? I'd be like, turn around. There's somebody behind you. No. They made him look like, remember that scene when they go and get them? When they're at Chinatown or wherever they're at in Asia. And he's like, they're all positioned, they're like, oh, we're about to shoot down. Making him look like a badass. And this guy, she couldn't have told him to turn around. Oh, dude, the same thing they do. You know what I mean? Just, no. They should have used the move that they used at the beginning when they were ready to shoot all the Asian police.
I love the mid-credit scene that Jason Statham killed Han and stuff, but the way that was filmed in Tokyo Drift, he got killed because of the other guys, which makes the kid from the third movie want to beat him in the race.
Exactly.
Like I don't know, it's like all over the place.
But what you didn't see, they did too. What you didn't see because they throw a throwback to Tokyo Drift. And they show you what you didn't see in Tokyo Drift.
Han's still in his car and he's bleeding. Doesn't Statham just throw a grenade in there and just walks away and then just blows up? He's like, oh! Yeah. But no, it's...
And with explosions. There's no way Vin Diesel... They have to stop. They have to stop because they're going to make people think... You ever seen... I was watching the scenes, bloopers from it. The other guys. Remember when the building explodes and he was like, oh, Hollywood. And so does not portray Bond. He's like saying that they do not. They're irresponsible with their portrayal of explosions because after the shockwave, Vin Diesel's fucking insides are blown to smithereens, man.
Okay. Well, if you thought this movie was over the top, it gets even more over the top.
And that next
episode.
Oh, talking franchise. All right, we did 30 minutes, man. 30 half hour.
Sure.